Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. I am Professor Dr. ABM Omar Farooq, Professor and Head, Department of Anatomy, Bosundhara Addin Medical College, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I am going to discuss about the bones and joints of the abdomen, and also discussion of individual bones like sacrum, hip bones and lumbar vertebra. So, first session for today, the bones and joints of the abdomen. There are three basic groups of bone present in abdomen. Number 1, 5 lumbar vertebra. Number 2, 1 sacrum, and number 3, 2 hip bones. And also small coccyx vertebra is present below the sacrum. Now I am going to discuss or describe the lumbar vertebrae and their joints. This is the model of lumbar vertebra with intervertebral disc and sacrum. So, this was the first lumbar vertebra, second lumbar, third lumbar, fourth lumbar, fifth lumbar. Between the lumbar vertebrae there is a joint, it is called intervertebral joint. In intervertebral joint there is a fibrocartilaginous disc present. The disc has two parts, outer annulus fibrosus, inner nucleus pulposus. This is the disc. It also contributes in formation of vertebral column. It acts as a shock absorber and prevent frictions of the bone. Now I am showing the structure present in this articulated lumbar vertebrae. This is spinal cord in the vertebral canal. This is the spinal nerves in both sides. This is spinal nerves. This is spinal cord, intervertebral disc. This is the body of the vertebra. This is arch of the vertebra. Arch is consist of 2 superiorarticular process, 2 inferiorarticular process, the spinous process, the transverse process. So, 2 parts of the vertebra I will discuss in later individual vertebra class, but in this session this is the vertebral arch, this is vertebral body. Body to body makes the intervertebral joint, it is called secondary cartilaginous joint. Superior articular process articulates with the inferior articular process between the facet. This is called, it is plantar synovial joint, and there are other joints present in transverse process to transverse process, spinous process to spinous process, all are fibrous type of joint. These are the spinal nerves. There are 5 pairs of spinal nerve present in lumbar region. Another joint present in the body of the fifth lumbar and superior surface of the sacrum. This is called lumbosacral joint. This is the lumbosacral joint, and this between the joint. Lumbosacral joint is also a secondary cartilaginous joint. This is the short summary of bones and joints of the abdomen, like 5 lumbar vertebra and sacrum. Now I am going to discuss the individual bone, sacrum. This is the anatomical position of sacrum. In this class I will identify only the surface, border and other remarkable landmarks. This is the anatomical position. This is sacral promontory. Sacral promontory directed downwards and forwards. Pelvic surface is concave and dorsal surface is convex, marked by crest. This is base, this is apex. Base is consist of body of the sacrum, and this is ala of the sacrum. Pelvic surface, dorsal surface, pelvic surface is marked by 4 pair of pelvic sacral foramina. Dorsal surface is marked by 4 pair of dorsal sacral foramina. There is a canal which is called sacral canal. This is sacral canal. Sacral canal behind the body of the sacrum. And sacral canal continues inferiorly with another foramen or opening, it is called sacral hiatus. So, there is a continuation between sacral canal and sacral hiatus. Joints measured by the sacrum is superior surface of the body of sacrum articulates with the inferior surface of the body of the fifth lumbar vertebra. It is called lumbosacral joint. It is a secondary cartilaginous joint. Lateral mass of the sacrum has laterally two surface. This is called auricular surface. It is articular. Another is non-articular. This articular surface articulate with the hip bone. This is left hip bone, and the auricular surface of the sacrum articulates with ilium of the hip bone. This is called sacroiliac joint. This is a plain type of synovial joint. I will discuss it later in articulated pelvis. And another bone articulate here, the coccyx. So, this is called sacrococcygeal joint. There are 4 coccyx vertebra united together and make a joint with sacrum called sacrococcygeal joint. Sacrococcygeal joint is a secondary cartilaginous joint. The important attachment of the sacrum and relation. Sacral canal is important canal. It lodges or it contents of this canal chorda equina with filum terminally, and hiatus transmit filum terminally with sacral spinal nerve and coccygeal spinal nerve. These 4 pair of pelvic sacral foramina transmit ventral rami of the sacral spinal nerve. These foramina transmit dorsal rami of the sacral spinal nerve. So, important attachment here attached is iliacus muscle. Also, there are some muscle, the erectospinae, multifidus, piriformis, there are a lot of muscles. This sacrum has great importance about the sex determination. The sacrum either is male sacrum or female sacrum, we have to know. The male sacrum is longer and narrower, less concave anteriorly, but female sacrum is broader and widest and more concave to make the pelvic cavity more spacious. There are some also theoretical explanation about the difference between male and female sacrum. It is an morphologically it is an irregular bone. That is about the important information. Another information about the sacrum, there is a 3 crest in dorsal surface of the sacrum. The median sacral crest, intermediate sacral crest, lateral sacral crest. There are some important identification in dorsal surface of the sacrum. In midline, there is a crest, it is called median sacral crest. Lateral to this, it is called intermediate sacral crest. Then lateral to this, it is called lateral sacral crest. Median sacral crest is formed by the spinous process of the 5 lumbar vertebra. This is sacral promontory, here attached anterior longitudinal ligament. So, morphologically it is a irregular bone and it develops from paraxial mesoderm. That is about my discussion about the sacrum. In this session, I am going to identify or describe or summarize the main points of hip bone. There are 2 hip bone in human body. This is left hip bone and anatomical position. Chief anatomical points we should know: the anterior superior iliac spine and pubic tubercle lies in same coronal plane. Symphysis surface lies in midline. It has 3 parts, mainly 3 parts: ilium, ischium, pubis. This is ilium, ilium. This is ischium, this is pubis. Ilium has 3 border, 2 surface, superior border, anterior border, posterior border. 2 surface, pelvic surface, this is gluteal surface, this is pelvic surface, this is gluteal surface, because it makes the pelvic cavity. Anterior border is marked by 2 spine, anterior superior iliac spine, anterior inferior iliac spine. Posterior border is marked by 2 spine, posterior superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine. Superior border is divided into 2 parts, ventral 2/3, dorsal 1/3. Pelvic surface is marked by a fossa called iliac fossa. This depressed area is called iliac fossa. Right side, left side, there is a lot of difference in between relation, but same attachment is present here. Iliacus muscle is attached here. Another identification, this is called pubis. Pubis has 2 rami, superior rami, this is called inferior rami, or body of the pubis. Superior rami, inferior rami, body of the pubis. Body of the pubis has 3 surface, anterior surface, posterior surface, symphysial surface. This symphysial surface articulate with opposite symphysial surface of the right hip bone. Then there is a foramen, it is called obturator foramen, obturator foramen, and there is a groove or canal, it is called obturator canal or obturator groove. And superior rami, there is a line, a pectinate line or pecten pubis, there is a tubercle called pubic tubercle, and this is the pubic crest. In this session, I am trying to discuss about the identification of the bone. Theoretical knowledge, you have to go to the book. Then in posterior border, there is a notch or depressed area, the greater sciatic notch, this is the lesser sciatic notch. This is called ischial spine. Greater sciatic notch, lesser sciatic notch, ischial spine. Then ischium, this is ischial spine, this is ischial tuberosity, ischial spine, ischial tuberosity. Then in gluteal surface there is a line, superior gluteal line, middle gluteal line, inferior gluteal line, superior gluteal line, middle gluteal line, inferior gluteal line, and there is a deep grooved cavity, this is called acetabular cavity. Ilium, ischium, pubis articulate united here and make a primary cartilaginous joint and have their contribution 2/5, 2/5, 1/5. This is acetabular cavity. Head of the femur articulate with it and make the hip joint. This is margin of the acetabular cavity, and here acetabular labrum is attached. Now I am summarize the joints of the hip bone. So symphysial surface of the pubis articulates with the opposite hip bone, it is called pubis symphysis. This is the pubis symphysis. Symphysial surface of the right hip bone and left hip bone of the pubis make the joint, it is called pubis symphysis. It is a secondary cartilaginous joint, and there is a fibrocartilaginous disc between the joint. This represents this bone. Another joint made here with sacrum, this is sacroiliac joint, plain type of synovial joint. Another joint made by hip bone called head of the femur articulate with here and make hip joint. It is a ball and socket variety of synovial joint. Hip bone is a irregular bone. There are some ossification center for it, primary ossification center and secondary ossification center. Morphologically, it is a irregular bone. So that's its, and that's about the basic information about the hip bone. Now I am going to discuss the articulated pelvis. Articulated pelvis is made by 2 hip bone, 1 sacrum and coccyx vertebra. The articulated pelvis, within the pelvis there is a cavity called pelvic cavity. This is pelvic cavity. Pelvic cavity is divided by pelvic brim. Above the pelvic brim it is called false pelvis, below the pelvic brim it is called true pelvis. Now, we should know the how pelvic brim is identified or drawn. This is the pubic symphysis, pecten pubis, iliopubic eminence, arcuate line, then anterior point of the sacroiliac joint, ala of the sacral, sacrum promontory, ala of the sacrum, sacroiliac joint, arcuate line, iliopubic eminence, then pecten pubis, pubic crest and upper border of the symphysis. If we draw a line, imaginary line just above this area, this is called pelvic brim. Area above the pelvic brim is called false pelvis because its boundary is incomplete. Area below this line is called true pelvis because its boundary is complete. So, this is called pelvic inlet, this opening is called pelvic inlet, and this opening is called pelvic outlet. So, this opening is called pelvic inlet, aperture, and this opening is pelvic outlet. In living body, this outlet is closed by a structure called pelvic diaphragm. Here the levator and coccygeus muscle is constitutes from the pelvic diaphragm. There is a foramen called obturator foramen. The obturator nerve and vessels transmits to this foramen to the thigh, and important structure attached here anterosuperior spine pubic tubercle, there is inguinal ligament. This is inguinal ligament. So, some structure passes under below the inguinal ligament, femoral nerves and vessels, and there is a notch, earlier I have mentioned it, greater sciatic notch, some ligament sacrospinous and sacrotuberous ligament make the notch into foramen called greater sciatic foramen. Through this foramen, sciatic nerve transmit through this foramen to the thigh. So, there are 3 nerve passes from pelvic cavity to thigh through this channel. In case of female and male, the pelvic cavity contents differ. So, pelvic cavity in case of male, in midline there is a specific viscera called urinary bladder, then rectum. Just behind the pubic symphysis, there is retropubic fat, pad of fat, then urinary bladder, then rectum. So, a potential space, peritoneal space made by these 2 viscera called rectovesical pouch, But in case of female, there is another extra viscera, uterus. So, there are 2 pouch is present. In case of female, vesicouterine pouch and another is rectouterine pouch or pouch of Douglas. Rectouterine pouch or pouch of Douglas is clinically more important. And last topics for today, the sex differentiation between articulated pelvis, male pelvis and female pelvis. There are a lot of differentiating points in male pelvis and female pelvis. So, number 1, the shape of the pelvic brim we can determine. In case of male it is heart shape, or in case of female it is oval shape, and ischial spine is inverted and inverted. Lot of identification present in case of male and female. The normal male pelvis is called android pelvis and normal female pelvis is called gynecoid pelvis. That is all my today's session, bones and joints of the abdomen. Thank you for your patience. I hope we will see later. Assalamu alaikum.